Have you ever wondered if the vegetables you're consuming might possibly be doing more harm than good as we become older? We often hear about the importance of eating more vegetables, but what if some of them are actually making digestion harder and causing long-term health problems? The truth is, not all vegetables are created equal. Some can be surprisingly tough for the body to procedure, leading to discomfort, inflammation, and other consequences, especially for seniors. In this video, we're going to unveil 5 vegetables perhaps elderly folks should consider avoiding for healthier digestion and long-term health. Some of these may surprise you as they're generally viewed healthy. However, their impacts on the digestive system and overall wellness can be less than ideal. If you've ever experienced bloating, acid reflux, or inexplicable joint pain, your vegetable choices might be playing a significant role. Then you think remain tuned till the finish, because this isn't just about what to prevent. It's about making good decisions that can help you feel better, stay more active, and enjoy life with greater ease. We'll break down each of these vegetables and explain why they can be problems, along with some tips on what should eat instead. So if you're serious about boosting your digestion and long-term health, you won't want to miss this now. Let's get started. Number 1. Cruciferous veggies. Broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. One of the top blunders seniors make when it comes to their nutrition is presuming that all vegetables are equally beneficial, while cruciferous veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts are filled with vitamins and fiber. They can also be some of the most difficult to digest. These veggies contain significant quantities of fiber and sulfur compounds, which can induce bloating, gas, and discomfort, especially for senior folks whose digestive system may not break down meals as efficiently as they previously did. If you've ever eaten a dish of cooked broccoli or a cabbage salad and found yourself feeling pleasantly filled or battling with stomach cramping shortly after, you're not alone. Cruciferous veggies contain a kind of carbohydrate called ripose, which ferments, enters the intestines, and creates gas. Whereas this isn't always dangerous, it can lead to considerable discomfort, particularly if your digestive system has gotten more sensitive over time. Many elders also experience delayed digestion. Means these foods sit in the stomach and intestines longer, raising the likelihood of bloating. Another issue with cruciferous veggies is their influence on thyroid function. These plants have Worsen molecules that can interfere with iodine absorption and might influence thyroid health. While this may not be a concern for everyone, seniors who already have thyroid issues, such as hypothyroidism, may want to be extra cautious. Even if you don't have a diagnosed thyroid problem, eating huge amounts of these veggies over time could contribute to hormonal disorders that may leave you feeling weary and sluggish. Now, this doesn't mean you have to avoid these vegetables totally, but it's crucial to be cautious of portions, sizes, and how they're cooked. Cooking cruciferous veggies can aid break down some of the stiff fibers and minimize their impact on digestion. For example, gently steaming or toasting them instead of eating them raw can produce a significant difference in how they affect your stomach. Yet if you constantly battle with digestive discomfort, it may be wise to lower your intake or switch them for milder alternatives like zucchini, bell peppers, or carrots, which are considerably easy on the stomach. At the end of the day, what you consume should make you feel wonderful, leave you feeling bloated and slow. If you've been experiencing stomachache and haven't considering cruciferous veggies as a potential cause, it may be time to take a closer look at how your body responds to Them being aware of which foods work for you and which don't is one of the greatest strong strategies to preserve healthy health as you age. Number 2, nightshade veggies, tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, potatoes. Most folks don't give any thought to the vegetables they eat every day. But if you're having joint pain, inflammation, or intestinal pain, certain vegetables may be working against you. Nightshade veggies, such as tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, and potatoes, contain chemicals that can cause inflammation and irritation, especially among elderly who are already dealing with arthritis or other inflammatory disorders. One of the main culprits in nightshade vegetables is a substance called solanine. This naturally occurring top toxin is present in potatoes, tomatoes, and other members of the nightshade family, and it has been related cause increased inflammation in some individuals. If you have arthritis, joint stiffness, or inexplicable aches and pains, nightshades can be making things worse without you even noticing it. Many seniors who cut back on these vegetables report feeling reduced stiffness in their joints, combined with enhanced mobility and overall comfort. Another problem with nightshade veggies is their potential to create acid reflux and digestive irritation. Tomatoes and peppers, for example, are highly acidic, which might be particularly troublesome for elderly with girth or a sensitive stomach. If you often feel heartburn after eating tomato-based meals like spaghetti sauce or salsa, it's possible that the acidity is contributing to the problem. Many people assumption that acid reflux is just provoked by spicy meals or caffeine. Acidic veggies can be just as troublesome. Potatoes, on the other hand, can be rough on blood sugar levels. While they may not seem like an obvious concern, potatoes have a high glycemic index, meaning they can cause blood sugar increases, which, over time, may contribute to insulin resistance or make managing diabetes more challenging for elders who are watching their blood sugar. Replacing white potatoes with alternatives like sweet potatoes or cauliflower mash can be a sensible choice. Of course, this doesn't, you have to eliminate all night sunglasses entirely. But if you've been suffering inflammation, joint pain, or stomach discomfort, it can be worth experimenting with a short hiatus from them. Many people who cut back, even for just a few weeks, notice improvements in how they feel. And if you do decide to continuing eating nightshades, try cooking them instead of eating them raw. This can help break down some of the chemicals. May cause irritation if you continue viewing this video and finding these insights valuable. Please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue developing good articles to enlighten and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3. Raw onions with garlic. Most people think of onions and garlic as kitchen staples, bringing flavor and depth to their favorite meals because, while the components may be helpful for flavoring food, they can also be surprisingly severe, affecting the digestive system, especially for seniors. If you've ever felt bloated, experienced acid reflux, or dealt with stomach discomfort after eating a meal that contains onions or garlic, you're not alone. These veggies contain strong sulfur compounds and fermentable fibers that can be difficult on the intestines, resulting to bloated, gas, and even inflammation in the stomach lining. One of the main issues with raw onions and garlic is their capacity to trigger acid reflux. They loosen the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that prevents stomach acid from draining back up into the esophagus. This suggests that after having a dinner with raw onions or garlic, you might feel heartburn, digestion, or a scorching sensation in your chest for elders who already, difficulty with GERD or acid reflux. Ingesting these vegetables in their raw form can make symptoms greatly, yet additional concern is that onions and garlic contain fructans, a kind of fermentable carbohydrate that can induce stomach discomfort, specifically for people with sensitive stomachs or irritable bowel syndrome. IBS fructans can be tough for the body to break down, resulting to gas and bloating as they ferment in the gut. If you've ever felt especially gassy or bloated after or a meal incorporating onions or garlic, it's presumably owing to these substances. Some seniors may also endure more severe digestive reactions, such as stomach pains or diarrhea after eating these veggies. This happens because the gut microorganisms ferment the fructans, fast leading to an increase in gas production. The outcome, unpleasant bloating that can linger for hours, making you feel sluggish and weigh down. Now, does this? Simply, you have to omit onions and garlic completely. Not necessarily the case. Be attentive of how you prepare them. Frying onions and garlic can help break down some of the sulfur compounds and fructans, making them easy on the digestive system. Many people find that utilizing roasted or sautéed onions instead of raw ones drastically reduces discomfort. Similarly, garlic-infused oils can deliver taste without the same intestinal effect. If you've been dealing with acid, reflux, bloating, or stomach pain, and haven't considered onions with garlic as a probable culprit, it could be worth exploring. With decreasing your consumption or switching to repaired versions, paying attention to how your body reacts to different foods is one of the most effective ways to promote digestion and general well-being. As you age, number 4, corn and other tough-to-digest starches. Maize is a mainstay in many cuisines, often liked in anything from fresh corn on the cob to popcorn and tortillas. Yet what many individuals don't realize is that corn and other challenging-to-digest starchy vegetable can be particularly harmful for elders. While it may appear like a harmless food, corn contains an exterior shell of cellulose, a type of fiber that the human body cannot totally break down. This means that for many seniors, eating grain might cause to bloated flatulence and even inadequate digestion, leaving you feeling heavy and lethargic after meals. If you've ever spotted particles of corn in your feces after eating it, that's because your body struggles to digest it fully. Unlike other vegetables that break down easily, corn travels through the intestinal tract substantially intact, which can lead to discomfort, especially for individuals with a slower digestive system. The high-fiber material can be good for some, but for many elders it can create digestive discomfort, particularly when consumed in big numbers. Take Nancy, for example. She's 70 years old and always loves eating corn with her meals, but over the years she started experiencing more bloating and stomach discomfort. Especially after eating corn on the cob or popcorn, she assumed it was just part of aging. But after cutting out on corn and substituting it with simpler-to-digest vegetables, like zucchini and cooked vegetables, she observed a dramatic improvement. Her stomach felt lighter, and she didn't experience that same lethargic, weighted-down sensation after meals. Popcorn, in particular, can be considerably more difficult to digest because of its rough texture and sharp, undigested kernels. It can upset the digestive tract, making it a horrible choice for individuals with sensitive stomachs or diverticulosis, a disorder that many seniors evolve as they age, where tiny pouches form in the colon in it. Might become inflamed or irritated by specific foods. If you've ever felt discomfort after eating popcorn, it may be your body's way of alerting you that it's struggling to process it. Beyond Digesting corn is also a high glycemic food, indicating it can cause blood sugar increases while it's not as extreme as processed sugars or white bread. Corn still converted to sugar comparatively swiftly in the body. For seniors who are managing diabetes or insulin resistance, consistently ingesting corn might cause blood sugar control more difficult, choosing lower glycemic. Vegetables like leafy greens, bell peppers, or cucumbers can provide similar dietary benefits without the harmful influence on digestion and blood sugar. If you enjoy corn, moderation is crucial. Eating modest portions on occasion is unlikely to create major difficulties, but relying on it as a dietary staple may not be the best choice. For optimum digestion and overall health, selecting for cooked easily digestible vegetables instead can help you avoid bloating, discomfort, and energy crashes. Being cognizant of how certain starchy vegetables affect your body can make a big change in how you feel day to day. If you're still watching this video and finding these ideas valuable, please remark number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and encourage you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, spin and other high oxalate. Grounds spinach is typically commended as one of the healthiest vegetables, filled with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Yet what many folks don't comprehend is that for seniors, especially people prone to kidney stones or calcium absorption concerns, spinach and other high oxalate greens can be problematic. Oxalates are natural chemicals present in some vegetables, and while they're not hazardous in little levels, ingesting too many oxalate foods can contribute to kidney stone formation and impede with your body's capacity to absorb vital minerals like calcium. If you've ever experienced kidney stones before, you know just how awful they can be. These small, hard mineral deposits occur in the kidneys when certain chemicals such oxalates bind to calcium instead of being appropriately drained out of the body. Spinach is one of the highest oxalate comprising foods, meaning that for those who are already sensitive to renal stones, consuming it repeatedly may increase the chance of developing them. If you've ever struggled with kidney stones or have been recommended to lower your oxalate consumption, restricting spinach and similar greens can be a sensible move. Take William, a 73-year-old who felt he was making a healthy choice by eating spinach salads practically every day. He never expected that something so popular, considered good for you, could be harmful. Him problems after suffering from recurrent renal stones. His doctor suggested lowering high oxalate foods. He switched to reduced oxalate greens like romaine lettuce and bok choy, and since making that alteration, he hasn't had another renal stone episode. Another issue with high oxalate veggies is their influence affecting calcium absorption. When oxalates bind to calcium in the intestines, they block the body from effectively absorbing it over time. This might contribute to weaker bones. It is a big worry for elders at risk of osteoporosis, since maintaining strong bones is vital for preventing fractures or maintaining mobility. Ensuring your body absorbs adequate calcium is equally as vital as shaving enough of it in your diet. If you're ingesting a lot of spinach or comparable greens but not getting enough calcium, you could not be reaping the full advantages of your labor. Now, does this mean you should stop eating leafy greens completely? Not at all. The key, choosing the appropriate ones instead of depending mainly on spinach. Consider changing it out for lower oxalate alternatives like kale, arugula, or mustard greens. These alternatives still supply enough of nutrients without the high oxalate levels that could put strain on your kidneys or interfere with mineral absorption. Extra combining oxalate foods with calcium sources, such as dairy products, can assist lower the risk of kidney stone formation by allowing the oxalates to bond with calcium before reaching the kidneys as we age. Generating tiny modifications to our diet can have a huge impact on how we feel and function. If you've been dealing with kidney stones, bone density problems, or stomach discomfort, paying attention to oxalate might be one of the smartest adjustments you can make. It's not about removing vegetables altogether. It's about making educated choices that help your long-term health. Final ideas, now that we've addressed these. 5 vegetables take a time to consider. Learn how your diet may be influencing your digestion and overall well-being. While veggies are a key aspect of a healthy diet, not all of them are well appropriate for every person, especially as we age. Some can induce digestive discomfort, inflammation, or other undesirable consequences that can make you feel lethargic rather than stimulated. But by being attentive of the decisions you make, you can avoid undue discomfort and continue feeling your best for years to come. If you've been battling with bloating acid reflux, joint discomfort, or kidney stones, consider producing a few easy modifications. Cutting back on cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage might help lessen gas and bloating. Avoiding nightshade veggies like tomatoes and peppers might make a difference. If you feel joint discomfort, limiting raw onions and garlic may aid relieve acid reflux, while minimizing your consumption of corn can enhance digestion. And if you're prone to kidney stones or calcium absorption issues, swapping spinach for lower oxalate greens could be a sensible decision. The good news is, for every vegetable that may cause issues, there are always fantastic alternatives that deliver the nourishment you need without the unwanted side effects. Your body is always sending you messages, and paying attention to how different foods make you feel can help you make the greatest choices for your health. After all, the goal isn't only to eat healthy, it's to eat in a way that makes you feel nice and helps your long-term well-being. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Post a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your remarks offers us fantastic encouragement. If you appreciated this video and found it useful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue generating good content to enlighten and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.